podcast is finally back for New Year 2020, New Year, new podcast. You know how it be. This is Macy, and David are here. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I thought you were about to... Oh my god, best friend, by the way.
I was gonna say doctor.
Doctor disrespect.
Yes, Dr. Gillen. We're back with Dr. Gillen.
That's my
With
grandfather.
Professor McKenna, and it's me, your boy Dogface. All right.
President Durant.
Okay, well, clearly he is a doctor because he is gonna go into some deep analytics of
Doctor of
2020, the past decade, the future, regrets, and why we should all be dead by 2021. Go.
All right, so by my calculations, with the statistics that I've been making, there's an asteroid that is coming near our gravitational pull, and because of how big Earth is, it is pulling it to our location. Not just Earth, my location, where I live right now in Virginia. Period.
I'm sorry. With how big the Earth is, do you want to like shrink? With how big the Earth is compared to, like, I don't know, other planets like a Jupiter, it's just inevitable at this point.
It's got to hit. Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. Where are you getting this evidence from?
Oh my god.
Well, yeah. Welcome back to the Med Podcast. We're back for 2020. I wish it was season 2, but it's...
Were you not recording?
I am. I'm still recording now as part of the...
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna leave it in. I'm too lazy to keep resetting it.
We're promising. This is the podcast.
Yeah, by the way, guys, for the viewers that are watching, we've done this like 10 times already because we keep laughing and someone keeps stuttering.
For the viewers that are watching, the 0
No, you're right. We got no viewers, whatever. Why are we doing this?
to the 1% of viewers.
Optics.
Yeah, like just link my channel, Optings. Challenger TFT player. Come on.
Well, yes, welcome to 2020 of the Med Podcast. So already on the agenda, we have World War III, which is kind of funny, the first war that's to be memed about. And I've seen pretty much every single one of them. And I won't get into the details because this is not a politics channel, nor do we care.
I'm just saying, if y'all start talking politics, I'm dipping. Like, I'm straight up gonna dip.
All right, so you Macy.
But no, we're not a politics channel, so we're not even going to talk about that. But we are going to talk about... Dave, shut up. We are going to talk about what happened in the last decade, kind of the whole celebration with 2010 and now 2020.
This decade was the weirdest decade I've ever seen in my life.
This decade? You mean the one that just began already?
The decade that just passed is the weirdest one. Like, the popularity of each item growing. Like, I remember the first thing that got popular was like what?
In 2010, you remember the exact item.
Remember that like doll that was jumping around in the street and it had that weird music and it was just like walking really weirdly? That naked doll?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Some people know. Some people know. There's like this naked man that's like it's like a 3D thing. And like the guy's just like walk. I can mind it.
The only thing I remember from 2010, I think, or sometime from the last decade, was the whole banana song. When you used to have like flip phones, and then the first, I think, song that you would see, you had to go on like a website, type in your phone number, and it would send you like, I think, animated stuff, like animated pictures, animated songs, or whatever it was. And it was very fun sending messages to yourself from that website because you pretty much could get everything off of it.
That sounds like really not good.
Well, it didn't seem like a very good thing, you know, putting your number in a website. But back then, when you had a flip phone, like the one that I had, like the, what's it called? The Blackberries, the ones that like flip and they had the whole fancy animation stuff. That's the only way that you were able, when you didn't have not internet but data, that was the only way you were able to actually get stuff and put it on your phone. That's the only thing I can remember. It was a lot of fun. It really was. The last decade, I think, is gonna be the most missed one. I mean, a lot of people. Dave, can you stop sending that stuff in the chat? That's what I'm talking about when I said that. The Blackberry. If you think the people are gonna know what we're talking about, you got another thing coming, bro. I ain't not moving that camera from the Discord chat. What about you, David? Any regrets in the last decade besides you posting up a storm in the chat?
Getting some people. Making friends with some people.
You regret making friends with some people?
Is it me? Just at me, bro.
You're just the person that like made the Darth Maul joke, whatever. And I guess living, probably. Yeah. Also getting fat.
It's absolute silence. All right, what about you, Macy?
The biggest regret from the last decade? Making it through the decade.
So you ended it, is what you're saying?
That's not the kind of support that we're giving on this channel.
I should have ended the world, bro. Like,
I would help.
And Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra, Hail Hydra.
I have a list, okay?
Do you know? I've never heard it before.
I do, actually. And I would just like to say that Thrift Shop is the #1 Billboard hit of 2013.
What about 2010?
2010 was TikTok by Kesha.
TikTok, that is hilarious. That is so uncanny.
Do you want to know any other years?
Was Justin Bieber one of them?
Might as well go down the list as we're there.
All right, well, I'll start from 1946.
Where the fuck? Which
Yeah,
decade?
I'll start from 2010. TikTok on the Clock. Rolling in the Deep by Adele is 2011.
Depression period.
20 is somebody that I used to know, which is even more depression period. I'm just gonna say it.
What was the one before?
Rolling in the Deep.
I think Rolling in the Deep was more
That I used to know, but
to me.
I can't believe Adele was a top hit anyway. Keep going.
2013 Thrift Shop.
Why wasn't it you right?
What is he? Macklemore? what was his name?
Macklemore.
Macklemore. Yes.
There we go.
2014 Happy.
For a while.
Anthem.
I mean, some people could argue that it was a sad song, but whatever.
Imagine a song about being happy, roaming around, and about being actually sad.
Yeah, because some people aren't happy.
Well, they have it on lo-fi. If you go on YouTube, they have happy on lo-fi beats, which does make it sad.
All right. Continue, Macy. Thanks.
Can I finish, please?
I just said that.
See, literally said go on.
Period.
2015 was Uptown Funk by
Bruno Mars?
Johnson. By Bruno Mars. Thank you very much, Wikipedia. 2016, I'm just gonna skip because it's not worth saying.
Wait.
Why? Where is it?
It's posted in the Discord chat.
No, why do you keep posting? They don't see it, you idiot.
I know, we can see it, and then we can say it.
Deadass.
Period.
The 5th grader in me really just doesn't want to say it because it's Justin Bieber.
Baby by Justin Bieber?
Is it, baby?
Bro, that would be so fine. No, it's Love Yourself.
Oh,
I've never heard it.
Imagine yourself. 2016, you're crazy. 2017 is Shape of Me. 2018, God's Plan. 2019, clearly the best. Alexa, play Oldtown Road.
Oh, are you serious? Are you actually serious? That's what it is? That's
Yes,
a
I am.
disappointment.
That's
Featuring Billy Ray Cyrus, by the way.
Frank,
That one.
my baby Frank Sinatra's not there. It's crazy.
Okay, Alexa.
Imagine
Don't
Ashen not being there. Jesus. Well,
And I would like to say is the list of Billboard year #1s, and it says a related article is Chris Brown discography.
You better turn that shit off before we get copyrighted.
Alexa,
imagine
I
actually
said
getting
stop.
copyrighted.
I thought Charlie Booth would get one of those. I guess not.
I really did too. What's it called? What was that?
Attention?
No, not Attention. The other one.
Ooh. The other one? I don't his name.
The one with Selena Gomez.
I got you. We don't talk anymore.
There we go. Yeah, I love that song.
We don't talk anymore.
Bro, 20, that's something to discuss about in the last decade. The time when me and you stopped being friends. The whole, what's it called?
How many times?
That ass. The major one that happened like freshman year, I think.
Oh, with the black Gabby?
With when there's so many Gabbies, bro. Sure.
Black?
Yeah, Black Gabby. We'll start with. Wait, no, why are we saying Black Gabby? That's the only
Because I dated a Gabby.
That's okay. Let's just put the disclaimer ahead.
I just said Gabby one.
There's no discrimination in this
There's
channel.
no racial claims in here.
There is no race.
Obviously, both races.
Well, no, that's just the way David likes to categorize people as by race. So he's just the kind of person.
No,
I mean, literally,
a black woman and a white woman. He's clearly the opposite of racist. He's a
exactly. I'm being.
He's race inclusive. He's racial inclusive.
He's a raceophile.
I'm just making a
Alright.
statement.
We'll stop with the whole racist now. All right. But in the point of Gabby, what was your last name? There we go. Yes. We could just say Gabby.
I mean, I guess the moral of the story is that it wasn't worth it.
The moral story was, I mean, to you it was. To under your pants it was, so.
Yeah, but then I broke up with her like a week after. No, I broke up with her before.
Used and abused, brother.
Her? Probably.
That's not what you're supposed to be advocating. We do not condone anybody in
know me. I'm a nice
relationships
guy. I'm a sweetheart.
using anybody. No, you're not a nice guy, David.
What are you talking about? I'm a sweetheart.
After you just openly admitted, I used and abused your own.
Yeah, because I was being serious. Anyway.
So David, let's talk about the actual facts, because you spread a lot of news about you and Gabby.
We're not talking about that.
We're not going to talk about it specifically, but I need to know.
Was any of it true? Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I.
Where is the evidence?
What's the point of me lying about it? Like,
well, the point of you lying about it is just like how X lied about what's it called? Some very private matters.
Okay, what do I get out of it? Clout? Like, I don't need clout. Like,
I mean, yes, you do.
Not really.
I mean, that's what you said Pringle did.
What do you mean?
How? What's it called? You said after you and someone we won't mention, and then you just like, oh my god, after that, Pringle just had a girlfriend, and then it just happened, and then I asked you, and you're like, I think you just did it just because. I think he even admitted.
Oh, yeah, no. He told us like in person. He was like, oh, I just did it just because. I'm like, okay.
Why though?
Because he was, I don't know. I don't know.
So there we go. There's one of the biggest regrets in the last decade is not taking relationships seriously. Also, there's a thing that I saw on TikTok recently, by the way, not being sponsored, hashtag the best social media platform. No, you know, the thing I saw on TikTok, actually, it was about this, it was a person reacting to another video about a girl saying how we predict guys as females, and she was showing like, I guess, pictures of like Zac Efron, like people who are all like buffed out exercising, and then she put in like a separate transition like that, like reality of guys, and they were just like not even fat guys, just like not worked out. They just had very like slouched bodies or underdeveloped, I want to say. Maybe it wasn't like to the point of muscle showing. There was no muscle building, I can say. So, and literally the person who did this recording, they were just pretty much saying how much of a scum of the earth this person was for doing this, because you know when you kind of see a lot of, all right David, we don't need background music though, but pretty much when you see like girls complaining now how they always ask about height, and a lot of like evidence that's been given like Tinder and junk like that and social, what the hell are you doing?
No, that's what he's doing.
Exactly, he's actually not listening. He could care less right now about how people perceive themselves.
All right, you can keep going. Keep going.
No. What's so important, David? Go ahead.
Check your Snapchat.
I'm not gonna check my Snapchat.
Okay, then continue.
No, what's so funny, David? Jesus, just openly share it. Openly share it.
There's a family that like they get like excited because they see something on the laptop, and then people have been like doing a duet to it, and this guy, he was like putting on lotion, and he got scared because they were screaming, and his face was just hilarious. Whatever, just continue.
It's not that funny, bro. Chill out.
Yo, I'm watching.
Well, there's one of my biggest regrets of 2010. Staying friends with this guy right here, David.
Period.
One of the biggest regrets that I have, staying friends.
Bro,
David, what did I even just say?
Being friends with me? Regret?
No, idiot. Before.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Wait, no. What are you talking about? I don't know. I think you said. All right, full attention. Let's get it.
No, you don't. As soon as I start speaking, you should be like, "Oh, my phone for real estate."
Continue. You're wasting so much time.
I'm not wasting anybody's time. Actually, you're the biggest example of this person as being a scum.
Continue. Damn.
I'm literally going. You retard.
Damn.
I'll just wait for you.
I'm ready.
No, you're not.
All right, I guess we'll just
go ahead. Let all the diggles out.
All right, go ahead.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Man, this is wasting so much time.
No, I'm waiting, because I know as soon as I say one little thing, I'm gonna hear that. There he goes.
Even she laughing. All right, go ahead.
Okay, dude. Well, as I was saying about being the scum of the earth, it's almost just like you, how you pick girls, David.
Girls that are scum of the earth?
Oh my gosh. No.
Or I'm telling you for picking girls.
If you were listening, if you were actually listening, it's about a girl who critiques other men on the way they look just because.
They don't
just because they don't look like celebrities, and they did not do anything to her. And it just kind of reminded me of you when you pick girls in your relationships.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean what am I talking about?
I had different types of girls. I had different races, different body sizes, different personalities. Like what?
David, that's not what I mean by that. You listen, you had previously different body sizes. You had previously different all this other junk, and now you have a set of qualifications that they need to meet.
Yeah, because when I want to settle down, I want someone that I like instead of someone just like, all right, whatever.
No, but see, why have it in the first place, though?
So that I know what I'm looking for. I don't want to just jump into something and be like, okay, I'll just choose you because I'm lonely. Like, if someone catches, okay, if they don't, okay. All right, now I understand what you're trying to say. I'm not going to be like, if someone likes me and they talk to me and they have a good chance, like they have good personality, good looks, good everything, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're nice, man, sorry.
No, but see, that's not what I'm saying, though, is that because rarely ever times you never ever choose someone with a good personality. And I only think the reason you do that is because just the way they look, just like that whole, what's it called, the situation with, the hell was her name? I forgot. The one that EXO denied. Just
Emma?
Yeah, just because he literally said, oh, she's just not my type and she looks fat. That's pretty much how he summarized it, which no one here is actually defending him. Honestly, that was a scumbag thing for him to say. But it's funny how I'm not gonna pretend to be you, but the way that you went into that relationship, it definitely wasn't for her personality. You know that she wasn't right or doing right by anybody, and yet you still chose to. I don't know why, honestly, and it annoyed me mostly, I think, when you chose to defend her side over mine when that whole situation happened in like Dead by Daylight, hashtag not sponsored. And I think I'm sorry, what?
I hope we get sponsored anyway. No, okay, so the reason why is because the list I had some time ago, she filled almost every criteria, so that made me believe and blind to the fact that, oh, she might be the one.
Can you actually tell us that
should happen?
Because I want to know the list.
All right, hold up. All right, this is the list that I made like in 2016. Hold up. No, I think 2017.
In 2017. That's fairly recent. Why would you need a list?
Decade. All right, hold up. All right, ethnicity, Asian or Hispanic. Physique, brunette, brown eyes, big chest, tan, shorter than me, long hair, glasses, 120 to 150 pounds, only earrings. So I don't want like any like stomach piercings or clitoral piercings.
Wow.
Cute smile. What do you mean, wow?
Rude.
Okay. Personality, affectionate, calm, cute, Christian, delicate, fighter, funny, playful. Like it's like I made this list because a friend said put the most impossible thing you can on this list because you're not gonna find them.
What? Then why does
your mind?
It's
But then why would
it's
you
to show
use
you
that?
that the perfect person doesn't exist.
But why would you use it to find a girl then?
I didn't use it to find a girl.
You
The
just said
girl
you did.
had many of the criteria on her. So that blinded me into seeing like, oh, yo, she has like 90% of on this list. So I'm like, but yeah. After that whole thing with Emma and Gabby, I was like, you know what? Let me actually trust my friends. So yeah. You want to fight?
Yes.
There's no context to that. You want to fight? Yeah. All right. All right. But are you gonna go, Macy?
Sources.
No.
Okay. Well, pretty much the only reason I think I explained it fairly bad. Not gonna lie to myself. But I think in comparison to what that same girl was doing, how she was taking these people that she thought or deemed looked good and then compared it to other people. And it's weird to say that you don't use that to find somebody, but yet you literally said that you used it for Emma.
I didn't use it. I had it in the back in my Google Docs.
You had it in the back of your Google Docs.
Yes, because my friend said, make a list of everything you want in a girl. And then he said, and after I made it, he said, good, you made it. You'll never find that woman in your life because no perfect woman exists.
And
but then
Emma
she
just came.
She came and then she filled like 90% of the fucking paper. So I'm like, okay.
She filled, how long did you know her?
Sorry, the month.
Oh, all right. So we definitely know which
Who's wrong here? Yeah, me.
No, fool, not who's wrong here. We definitely know which one you'd pick over looks and personality.
I mean, I have an example of the girl that let me not.
You have an example of the girl you like. Who is it? Go ahead. It's 2020, baby. New year to me.
It's an extra.
We gotta get all these bad stuff that.
Ronda Rousey.
Who?
Ronda Rousey.
Who the hell is that?
You don't know? Okay.
If I'm asking who is that, I don't know.
WWE, MMA, strongest girl alive. Oh, not strongest girl.
Ronda who?
Ronda Rousey. She was in the Fast and Furious movie. I think it was in 5. Oh.
And that's your ideal girl.
I mean, as you know, I like strong girls.
Oh yeah, for sure. You like people to hold you down.
Yo, calm down.
I still don't know what that means to this day.
Don't expose me. Don't expose me. Anyway,
man said he wants some Latino to hold his ass down. I can tell you.
I'm a strong guy. What can I say?
What? How you gonna hold him down? Oh, you're gonna hold him down.
Oh, yeah, right? No. All right, continue.
Oh, I mean, I pretty much from the last decade, I think I've said kind of a little bit of my bad karma. So
All right, my regrets. All right, dating 3 people. Being a friend.
because we just got a relationship, but man, these girls weren't good enough for him.
Dating these 3 people that I have in mind. Being friends with 2 people.
You might as well just say that anyway. We already exposed like half the people on that list, bro.
You were right. Dating Emma, Gabby, second Gabby. Being friends with Madison. Being friends with Emma. Getting fat. Almost dying in 2013 from a cat.
Oh, I almost died too. Oh, also. Oh no, go ahead. I'm guessing.
Being hit by a car because I was too stupid to see it coming at me. And being dumb. I guess that's a big one.
Well, we're all still learning. I think one of my biggest regrets back then was definitely not rebuilding bridges faster. Honestly, I think a lot of the friendships I had, if I really, because I can say I was not the best kind of friend to anybody back then, and I think it was I made it very explicit that I didn't want to be friends with like half the people that I was friends with. But I think after realizing that you don't know what's going to happen in the future to come, you can't predict anything, and the past already happened. I think my biggest fault was not mending those bridges faster. I think with a lot of people, if I did do that, it would have changed kind of their perspective on me, and maybe I would have still had like the opportunity to talk to them about new and different things. And I think everybody kind of wants to feel like they can rebuild, but no one, or nowadays it seems like you never get that opportunity without having some kind of like back reason behind it. Like, oh, the only time I'll ever be friends with you is if you just do this, that, and this, or I won't give you as much of full attention as I used to anymore.
Oh yeah.
Which I think is kind of not ignorant, arrogant of some people.
Are we talking about someone?
Well, no, but now that you just said that, I had some. Now you just made me pop someone in my head. Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very arrogant of people to say that, to act like, oh, here's me giving you some of my time, my valuable time, quote unquote.
Especially when they come to you to be friends.
Dead ass.
Like she came to me and she's like, okay, let's be friends. Only if you don't call me by my name. You don't send me any cute things, no songs, no nothing. Don't send me a picture of your dog. I'm like,
that's like literally half the stuff you upload.
Like you asked me like to be friends and you're giving me ultimatums. Like what? But whatever. It's all in the past.
Jesus.
I don't talk to her anymore anyway.
Yep. Well, you know.
Oh, by the way, I rebuilt a bridge yesterday.
Really?
There's a girl named Deanna.
Oh, I think I know who Deanna is. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I had a crush on her. She liked me. She's actually dating this guy who got his ex pregnant.
Oh. All right. Well, that's definitely not the time to talk about that.
Yeah, that's whatever.
Nor is it our right to even discuss it.
But the guy's pretty cool. He's a Colombian dude, and like he's a cool guy. He's nice. He's sweet.
He got his ex pregnant.
It's just that like the decisions he makes. I mean, she broke up with him, and she's having the baby, so.
And she's gonna force him to pay child support.
18 years old, by the way. But yeah, no, like he's a sweet dude, but like I don't know. I just feel bad with like what's happened to him because he moved, and so he's had a lot of moving because of I guess family issues. I don't know the whole subject, but the dude's a pretty nice guy. Him and I got along. We slapboxed one time. I got my ass beat, but whatever.
I think one of the biggest things people want to realize about back then, because obviously mentioning him, how you feel bad about him, I know like the whole empathy thing that people have for one another. Do you think that last decade, like if reflecting on like pretty much, I know we didn't say all of our regrets, but looking back at like the ones we did talk about, do you think a lot of people deserved a second chance?
No. Oh wait, okay, calm down. All right, calm down. Our friendship deserved like a fifth, but like
Man said no. Well, I mean, okay, it depends. I guess in the context, like who are we talking about that doesn't doesn't deserve a second chance?
Gabby doesn't deserve a second chance. Emma doesn't deserve a second chance.
But why don't you think so? Because honestly, I think
okay, you and Macy were there when like I tried like being friends with them the first time.
Well, from our perspective, maybe that's the whole narcissistic complex that people or someone like her just has, and I'm not gonna deem anything. It is kind of like not psychopathic, but to think like that, it's just like a level of just crazy that you have to be in order to feel that self-conceited and just be that prideful of yourself to think that your time is actually worth something to somebody. Especially when you mean nothing to them. I think it's weird. But
I told you how she texted me, right? Like how she like got in contact with me, right?
Well, you told me that, what was it, Facebook?
No, Facebook Messenger, she texted me, I'm still in love with you.
Then yeah, from that kind of context, it's weird to have someone message you that they still love you and then just automatically just completely turn Like do a quick 180.
But she lied. Like she catfished me.
Wait, she catfished you? How can she catfish you? She's
Okay,
little Gabby.
so she said like, hey, I'd like to talk to you if that's okay with you. I don't understand. If you don't want to, I understand fully. And then I said, is this after or is this before or after you blocked me on Instagram? And she said after. And then I texted her on Snap. I'm like, what? And then she said, I'm still in love with you. I'm like, oh, okay. And then she said like, oh, I'm like, a part of me is still in love with you, but I'm not gonna get back together with you. I'm like, oh, okay, so you lied to me, whatever.
Well, I mean, did you have intentions of getting back together with her?
I mean, as I told you guys before, and as Macy like clearly said, don't ever get back with her. And I'm like, okay. Part of me wanted to get back together with her, but then like after like talking to her, I realized why I broke up with her.
But when thinking about the perspective of that, do you think that someone like her like should ever deserve a second chance? Considering it's a new decade, like we're supposed to forget about what happened at the past decade, because you know there's a lot of things that we can hold each other accountable to, but if we just keep looking at it, I'm not gonna defend her in any case, but just in like the general grand scheme of just changing, I mean, we're still like young people, so we still have a lot to do. But I mean, technically with you messaging her way before, like prior to that, you did give her, I think in my own like sense, a second chance, but she kind of took that for granted, which is I think why she came back to you.
We're acquaintances, like, you know, I texted her and she left me on red, so I'm like, okay, whatever. So then we haven't talked in like a week, which is fine with me because that means less drama. But I don't know, I just don't like it's kind of crazy to me how like someone like asks you to be their friend and then they tell you all these things you have to do to be their friend. Like they ask you and then they're like, if you want to be my friend, I'll let it happen if you do this. It's like a burglar coming into my house and then him being like, I'll rob your stuff if you like go into the closet and then like lock your door.
Macy, did you want to say anything? I know we've been kind of like triumphing the floor right now.
She's pretty heated about the whole Gabby thing. Maybe she can chime in.
I haven't really got much to contribute, so.
You never had any drama back in the last decade that you just want to get out in the air?
I mean,
well, yeah, not if you don't want to say it.
I thought we were talking about like David stuff, so I was just like,
We're not just always gonna be talking about David stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've gone through a lot of shit in my life.
Yeah, David does.
Not all about me.
Probably does a lot of stuff. Well, if we make it about David, then it's not our fault. It's not his fault.
I think out of all of us here, I've gone through more shit than everyone else.
Well, I wouldn't say that. You're just more openly able to share it out loud.
Oh yeah, I don't give a shit.
Good.
I can talk about the first time I had sex. I can talk about.
Yo, slow down. Jesus.
I don't give a shit, bro.
Yeah, New Year, New Me, right? New Year, New Me.
I don't care what people think about me anymore. I used to, but meh.
Well, that's like, I guess one of the new things that I want to adapt into my life is forgetting about people and why, or not forgetting about people. No, sort of like my anxiety attacks. Like when I think all eyes are on me, I think I want to kind of forget. Or because I always try to convince myself saying like, oh, when I do something or when I go out, I don't care what other people think about me or what I do. And occasionally I do have that kind of feeling that just comes out of nowhere where I don't. And then immediately right after, there's just like this high intensity of just me so like nervous and awkward. And it just comes out of nowhere. And I swear to God, I always feel like everybody is just staring at me. And I don't know why. Because
there's a solution for that.
All right, just stare back at them, right?
No, you idiot.
Dave, you literally told me one time, you're like, I swear to God, if I see someone looking at me, it just doesn't have nothing to say, I'm gonna go up there and punch him in the face.
Oh, I remember that. No, do the same thing I did. I made a small group of people, like 5 or 10, and then I just stopped talking to everyone else.
I thought you were actually about to say, just do what I did, punch him in the face.
No, like, so I went through a phase in my life where I deleted 90 people off social media, off my contacts, and I just stopped talking to everyone except the 5 to 10 people in my life because I didn't have the time or care for the time to talk to people. When that phase went over, I decided to rebuild my bridges. Now I have contact with 25 people who I know will have my back.
I'm sure you don't want to say anything, Macy, before like, because I don't want to like get this video flagged like, oh, we're being sexist, we're taking over the floor.
Yeah, she hasn't talked at all.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. Just got me in like a mood thinking about the past decade. I'm just not feeling so hot.
It's okay, Macy, we're here for you.
I mean, we're not feeling hot either, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. There's a lot of stuff that I want to share.
Oh, I'm vibing.
There's a lot of stuff that I want to get out only because I know once it's out there, not even to like anybody who's watching this or if anybody that actually does watch this, is just getting out in the open to someone that will listen. I think is just kind of one of those remedies for me that just helps a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if people know my dirty secrets. Like, if someone in the future, like 5 years from now, they're like, "Yo, I heard your podcast. Did you really date someone from their looks?" And I would just dap them up, be like, "Damn straight." Like,
Bro, the biggest threat to you right now is the fact that you openly admit you'd hit a woman.
when did I say that?
When didn't you say that? Hello.
When? Like,
When? I have the receipts right now on Snapchat. You trying to do verbatim? Try to do verbatim?
Oh, are you fabricating evidence?
Fabricate. You want me to put it up right on the screen?
Period.
You heard it up here, folks. David literally said, "I would punch a woman." Not even in self. Well, you said something.
Women. That's how you know it's fake, because I have pop grammar.
Because I have grammar.
Proper grammar, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Women. You punch her.
Yeah, sense.
David said his fists definitely don't self-discriminate.
No, I said my fists don't see gender.
Oh. You know what's funny? I actually saw this TikTok video once, which I think was a perfect lead into 2020, saying if there's like 56 or 57 genders, how can there be way you got?
No, because there's this guy, like, okay, I'm telling you right now, on the record, if a girl hits me, I'm hitting back. Like, I don't care.
Oh my god.
Like, if she decks me, I'm decking her right back.
That you...
Okay, so you're saying that if a girl comes at you with a knife, you're not gonna knife her?
No.
Okay, all right, whatever.
Okay, if a girl comes at me with a knife, obviously the first thing to mind that would come would be to disarm her. I don't think I'd want to stab. Oh, right. Okay.
I mean, dude, okay, you're gonna say, oh, disarm her. Dude, if someone's charging at you with a knife, you don't have the time to think. You're gonna be in the adrenaline state, and you're gonna, like, either run or deck her.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to think back what I did the last decade, and it's really weird when
Let's say that.
What?
People were like, oh, in the heat of a moment, I would disarm him. Yo,
well, no, obviously that's the logical answer to say, but in the heat of the moment, I mean, they had like trial runs. What's it called? There was a protest some time ago, I think. Jesus, what was that?
Macy.
Okay, well, there was a protest that happened where there was this, I guess we'll say, of colored people protesting, and the leader of these people happened to be of the same color. And what's funny is the fact that they were talking about how police were discriminating because they were only shooting people of color. And it's funny because the police actually took that leader and ran him through a simulation of how it feels to be in their shoes day to day. And literally in every scenario, or no, in the first scenario that they did where they simulated a cop trying to break into his car, or not, well, I guess the cop that was hidden under a mask, so to speak, that was trying to break into their car. Literally, the guy came around, the leader came around, and he put his hand on his weapon. He never pulled it out, though. But what happened is, as soon as the cop came out with the mask, like, as soon as he said something, he immediately shot him. And in that second, the police officer that was, like, I guess supervising said, just, it happens that fast, you would have died. Mm-hmm. And every other scenario after that, he literally always pulled his gun, no matter what. Even in a scenario where the person that was causing the rows didn't even have a weapon, he was just like pushing the, like, I guess the leader, the pretend officer, he still pulled out his gun and shot him.
Yeah, because like you don't understand, like some people, like it's the heat of the moment. I saw a video in my criminology class about these 5 officers chasing down a suspect with a stop sign. He was about to deck someone in the gasoline shop. The guy, the officers put 7 rounds in his back, and the guy was still moving.
Jesus Christ!
Like in the heat of the moment, you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and that. No, it's I'm gonna deck him, or I'm gonna like. Same thing with like, okay, I don't like people could be like, oh, you would hit a girl? Yes, in self-defense. If a girl comes at me with a gun or a knife, you better believe I'm fighting back.
Wait, but it just sounds wrong in that kind of like the tone. The tone you're saying it sounds very wrong. You're like, oh, you wouldn't hit a girl in self-defense. Like, oh, damn right, I'd hit a girl in self-defense. Like, you're way too confident in saying that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Remember, I said that I don't care what people think about me anymore. So if people are like, oh, you hit a woman, I'm not gonna be friends with you. All right, fuck off.
Jesus Christ.
Remember, I deleted 90 people, and the hardest person I deleted was you.
That ass, bro. The hardest person I deleted. Oh, I've never actually had to do it. Anybody that was hard enough to. Stop sniffling, bro. Take some pills. I mean, but that's one thing I think is changing a lot as we transition in the next year is how people perceive themselves. I think as the new year comes, like I think it's honestly just getting worse.
Oh, I have a resolution. I have to lower my pride and my ego.
I thought you were gonna say you're gonna stop hitting women.
Stop hitting women. There we go.
I've only hit a girl once.
What the hell?
By accident. We were playing tag. We were playing tag. We were playing tag.
You were playing tag.
And I was gonna touch her, but I guess I put too much force and I slapped her. Like,
in the face.
She's fine. She's fine.
face.
Deanna, the girl was talking, the girl that I'm friends with again. Yeah, we were playing tag, and I slapped the glasses off her back.
I could just imagine you just saying like, "Oh, we're playing tag. She's running. I couldn't catch her. All of a sudden, she loses sight of me, comes around a tree, and I just deck her. I clothesline her ass, and she falls.
Yeah, but I didn't say that.
You should have. No, you should have.
I should openly admit. Oh yeah, I closed someone.
Police.
No one.
But that's one of the things that I think a lot of people are forgetting is, I think, perception. That's definitely the biggest thing that's changing right now with how like everybody now is enforcing this whole, I guess I want to say they're probably changing the stereotype, to be honest. You know, when there used to be a lot of like self-discrimination, so to speak, now they're kind of just openly what the hell?
Keep talking.
Jesus, David, you just
Keep talking.
why would you just randomly say that? Do you want to hear my loud keyboard?
Because I didn't want to disrupt you. Just keep talking.
Well, pretty much the whole thing I was talking about perception is how everybody's perception is changing, and as the new year comes, how we all used to be, or how things used to be from discrimination, which it still is to some extent, but I think it's literally evolving on the spectrum, so to speak, because the spectrum of, oh, we have more than one gender, two gender, whatever, how many numbers there are at this point. I lost count. And not to say, you know, I'm not supportive of the LGBTQ. I'm not going to say I'm supportive, but I'm not going to say I'm against them. I think every human just kind of just...
Choose your words wisely, by the way.
I'm not going to choose my words wisely. You know,
I don't know them. Like
that's the thing.
Like I don't have anything against them or with them.
Honestly, when it comes to any person in general, I'll judge you from the person that I see who you are. Obviously, I'll get to know you. I don't care if you're part of the LGBTQ, because a lot of people for some reason feel the need to say like, oh, we don't support them at all, or they should not be out right now, or there's too much like rights. Whatever the hell they're saying at this point. But obviously the kind of person that I am, I just judge by personality, and I'm not going to watch my words for it. I think anybody and everybody can kind of agree to that. Like, oh, everybody kind of takes it to the extent. Because if you think about it, like if people really want to say like, oh, we're LGBTQ, I mean, for Christ's sake, I'm not going to play the whole like race card, but oh, I'm mixed. I happen to be a minority, and apparently I should be earning more, triple or double or whatever the hell I'm earning right now, just because of that sole factor. And I don't think that's right, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a minority too, but like...
I am, bro. Like,
you're whiter than the sun. What are you talking about?
Hispanic, by the way, but whatever.
I'm a girl.
True. Yes, but like you have equal rights now, so...
Wage gap.
Wage gap, period. You know, some
I mean,
women make more than
there's
that.
a lot of debunks. There's a lot of debunking videos on wage gaps.
Doesn't Hillary Clinton make more than her husband?
David, I don't know. Honestly,
Wasn't that a fact?
it would literally be... I forgot. I don't remember if it was espionage or something else. It was a different term that I realized. But I did research on it. And if a company is literally... If they're starving you of your income after how hard you work, like if a same job position was paying the same for a man and you didn't get that, I guess, same income, then clearly they're robbing you because you didn't put in the work. They can't do that, or else you could sue.
Yeah, that's what my dad... That's how his dad got sued by Bank of America, and we had to move to Venezuela. Period.
That's an moment right there. But we're not going to talk about, the whole wage gap and stuff. Obviously, people are always going to have different opinions about everything, and I think to kind of unify them, or to try to unify them, is one of the biggest issues we've had in the last decade. I mean, I think it's getting better now, but I think as you keep adding more like division and more groups to the spectrum we already have now, you're just going to keep dividing the country.
Yeah.
See, though, are we adding them, or are we just beginning to recognize them, and they've been there this whole time?
Recognize.
Well, I don't know if we're going to be... I don't know if I'd say recognizing them. Like you said, they've been there the whole time. I mean, some people, I guess, for lack of a better term, refuse to recognize them. So I don't really know what it is. I mean, I can literally just say, just like anybody else, they've just been living life.
I mean, it's like the same thing as the news. Like, crime isn't getting bigger, just that we're getting more news. Like, we're getting more... influence, getting more fake news.
Well, that's the thing, though, is when you see news, or when you saw news back then, everything literally was about race. Anything and everything that happened, any problem, was always, oh, it's because of the color of my skin. Which, I don't know if that's going to change now in the new decade that we're in. I don't know if anything really is going to change. I think just because it's a new year, and we acclaim that it's new me, I don't really think anything much is changing. As humans, we're all selfish to our own degree. So I think that not much is really going to happen.
Yeah. By the way, how much time are we running on?
We're at 43 minutes.
All right. We should end somewhat soon. because this is our longest episode so far.
No, it's
I'm checking the podcast 3940.
this is our longest. Gah.
Anyway,
It doesn't matter. Jesus.
it doesn't matter what you think, Brock Pun. But yeah, I'm gonna predict that racism is gonna take a dive, and the new thing that's gonna come up is being ageist. People are gonna be racist with people's ages. That's what
We're already being ageist now. We're saying, okay, boomer.
exactly. See, I predicted it. There you go.
You didn't predict it already happened. It was last year.
I can see it into the future. It's going to be worse.
That's so funny, isn't it? How
Iran is going to be on World War III. Anyway,
all of a sudden it went from race to now we're discriminating against old people because they're conservatives.
World War III.
All right, but
Hey, I'm just saying. I did okay. I'll just say this one political thing. Just one. Trump said he would fire if Iran fired, and then he just said, and then now he's saying he's backing off, which is the smart thing to do, obviously, because we don't want to get into another war. But come on. Anyway, that's all. Macy, do you have anything to talk about 2020 and our resolutions and/or anything you regret before we end the podcast? Because we're kind of going over time.
Imagine actually having a limit. It's a podcast.
I mean, like, it's a lot of trouble, you know. No one's gonna hear a 15-minute podcast. Anyway, continue.
I'm just hoping that I can make 2020s a better decade and forget that the 2010s happened for the most part.
So say we all.
Yeah.
So say we all, and whatever anybody who's listening to this says themselves, whatever New Year's resolution you have, whatever you decide to do in life, we hope you honestly do what you think is best for you. I think one thing I want to change in my life is focusing on myself now. I don't want to focus on anybody else. I've spent the last decade trying to fix and mend everybody's problems and issues, and I think that kind of backfired on me. I'm not a therapist. I don't think I like being a therapist because too many issues to deal with at once, and then once you start getting them yourself, you don't trust anybody. And I think that's one of the biggest things I have to change about myself now is my circle of trust.
Yeah, I don't really. Mine got smaller and smaller, and 90 people left, and they got smaller again, and then it got bigger. But yeah, to the viewers hearing or watching this on SoundCloud, Spotify, or YouTube,
Sponsor.
we're not doing this for the views. We just like talking about random shit. And if
yeah,
you guys
keep
don't like
cutting
it,
off the limit. You keep cutting it.
and if you don't like it, that sucks. Like, you can just skip it. Like, we don't care.
If
Like,
you don't like it, unsubscribe, never come back.
I mean, that's a mood because
No,
we
it's
don't
not
like.
a mood.
We don't like.
We welcome difference in opinion, Jesus Christ.
We welcome criticism, but we just don't care. Anyway,
You don't care.
I don't care. So, do you believe that what our voices captured was right, was wrong? Did you think I talked about too much about my life? Which I
How
probably
you
did.
mean our voice is captured? This isn't Ghostbusters. Calm down.
Yeah, but I'm trying to, like, the summary I wrote on the Spotify.
Verbatim, read it.
Lost tapes. In a world where people refuse to recognize science, if these three teams
All right, hey, everybody gets copyrighted. You don't
capture it,
stop.
do you believe Lost tapes can walk? Anyway,
That one specific episode.
yeah.
Do you want to end us off then, Macy?
Bye.
See you later, fellas.
2020.
We'll see you 2021.
Hopefully it'll be a better decade than the last.